I doubted like I was doubting, even when I thought I was going to turn away, God was faithful to me. That's because he says that, right? He says, nevertheless, I'm continually with you. Because right above that, he said, I was brutish and ignorant. I was like a beast toward you, God. But nevertheless, you've kept me with you. You hold my right hand. You guide me with your counsel. So God continues to be faithful even when his people are tempted to turn away, when we're tempted to doubt, when we do doubt. And then verses 27 and 28 of the conclusion. It's a statement of the real present and the real future. Okay, he thought the real present was, right, that the wicked prosper and the righteous suffer. But in reality, the reality is that the wicked will be counted among those who will perish because they're unfaithful to God. But for the righteous, for me, he says, for me, it's good to be near God. I have made the Lord my refuge, that I may tell of your works. Has anybody here ever struggled with this? I mean, you're willing to, be honest? Because that's what I said at the beginning. I said the psalmist is more honest than we are. But I think that I've struggled with this. I mean, I don't know if you guys have, but when you look at people's lives and you think, why is it going so well for them? Why the things just seem to fall in place for this person when they don't give a flip about God, or they may even be the exact opposite. They may be like run down God. They may hate God. Why is it like that? I don't know if y'all noticed. I just read the news. The most expensive wedding ever performed was performed last week. I think the number I saw was $450 million for a wedding. Is in India. The richest person in India, his daughter got married. I think or son got married. $450 million for a wedding, right? I mean, I don't know what y'all, like I can imagine a whole lot of good being done with $450 million. You know what I mean? Like, give me 400, we'll do good with that. And you keep 50 is a lot, you know? $450 million, and that's probably not the real cost. You see what I'm saying? How is it like that? What on earth, right? I think we have to admit, we got to admit where we have struggles. And I think that's what the psalmist leads us to do. To say, you know what, God, I do look at the world and think, why is it like this? What is going on? All right? Have you ever wondered if the sacrifices you've made are worth it? I mean, I think that's what he's saying. And you already told me what made the difference. What made the difference was being with God, going into the sanctuary. And I want you to think not like I think we are tempted, partly because we're Protestants, partly because we're Americans, that to think of this individually primarily, okay? That my combating this untruth in my life means I need to go spend time with God individually, and we do. And we're invited to this, it's a good thing. But I think he means primarily with the body of believers in the sanctuary, okay? I think that there is something that happens when we gather as the church to worship God together that addresses these doubts and frustrations in our lives, these spiritual struggles that can't be addressed on our own. Does that make sense? Yes, ma'am. Sure. Yeah. And I think there are probably reasons for that. Part of it might be that we're not as honest about our struggles as we should be in the church. And so when you feel like you are struggling, you feel like you're the foreigner. Like you don't have a place at the church. You see what I'm saying? Like you feel like, well, I'm the only one who feels this way. They don't feel this way. And so I can't go. I'm going to be the sour apple that ruins the apple cart. You know, and so I'll stay away from that. I think that's part of it. I do also think that misery, in this case, really actually likes to be alone. And that we are really bad at discerning what's good for us. And so that when we're wounded and we need to be getting the care we need, we tend to run from it. I actually see that with people I know who, you know, when they really have a medical problem, when they have a real medical problem, they don't want to go to the doctor. And you're like, come on, think about this for a minute. But we do the same thing. Sure. Sure, sure. So selfishness and comparison and jealousy are definitely going to be bad for us being spiritually healthy. Yes, sir.